Hey guys, so we went to the Grand Coulee Dam. It's kind of a great day, but the dam still looks damn good. The United States Army Corps of Engineers was originally established on June 16, 1775. Fun fact though, the engineers were appointed by George Washington himself during the American Revolution. However, it wasn't until March 16, 1802, of which the Army Corps of Engineers was established as a separate branch of the Army altogether. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has done so much research and development when it comes to the country's water resources, construction, and military activities, but it was not until the 1960s that this organization became the leading preservation and restoration agency throughout the country. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has a reputation of assisting areas of the country when natural disasters hit. The first formal natural disaster relief was during the Mississippi Flood of 1882. Some of the other examples, you can look at the San Francisco earthquake of 1906, the Alaskan earthquake of 1964, Hurricane Camille in 1969, and the earthquake of Northbridge, California during the 1960s. All of these can be accounted from the help of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
The most interesting thing we did while at the dam would have to be in the visitor center. The Grand Coulee Dam Visitor Center was significantly upgraded in 2006 when new exhibits and displays were installed. The exhibits interpret Grand Coulee's role as the largest irrigation, flood control, and hydroelectric dam on the Columbia River. They also address the effects the dam has had on various groups of people, including Native Americans and early settlers. There are several hands-on exhibits such as operating jackhammer and an interactive game about operating the dam. The visitor center was built in the late 1970s as part of the dam's third power plant expansion. It was designed by renowned architect Marcel Breuer to reassemble a generator rotor. The visitor center was retrofitted in 2004 to meet seismic, life safety, and accessibility standards.
The vision of the Army Corps of Engineers is to engineer solutions for our nation's toughest challenges. The mission of the Army Corps of Engineers is to deliver vital public and military engineering services, partnering in peace and war to strengthen our nation's security and energize the economy and reduce risk from disasters. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers manages and maintains mostly coastal and wetlands within the United States. The organization maintains 926 coastal, Great Lakes, and inland harbors throughout the country. In addition, the USACE maintains 12,000 miles of commercial inland navigation channels. However, the USACE does more than that as well. They own and operate 24% of the hydropower capacity, or 3% of the total U.S. electric capacity, as the engineers to apprehend those who spilled oil in tidal waters. This act does not have a lot of staying power due to the lack of manpower within the organization. Other acts that the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers took part in are the Federal Water Pollution Act amendments of 1972, the Wilderness Act of 1964, the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act of 1968, the National Environmental Policy Act of 1969, and the Water Resources Development Act of 1986. The latter implemented a program that cost the country $16.23 billion for 377 different water projects across the country.
Although, as we've talked about earlier, of all the good the dam has done, there are also some issues and controversies, and those are that the Grand Coulee Dam stopped the natural migratory runs of the fish in the upper Columbia River. Although, to mitigate this loss, the dam built and continues to fund 3 fish hatcheries just downstream of the dam. Another controversy would be what the dam is doing to compensate for the local tribes whose land and food had been altered from building the dam. The hatcheries that were built and funded by the dam were then directed by Congress that 1/4 of the entire reservoir be set aside for the use of members of the Confederated Tribes of the Colville Reservation and Spokane Tribe of Indians for fishing, boating, and hunting purposes. The tribes also fish the waters below the salmon hatcheries and are allowed to take up to 50% of the fish raised by these hatcheries. While at the dam, we learned a lot of interesting facts. We learned that during the construction of the dam from 1933 to 1941, 77 men were killed. Yikes! We also learned that the Grand Coulee Dam provides water to irrigate about 670,000 acres. And here is a wonderful picture of all of our group members really enjoying our time at the Grand Coulee Dam. Have a great day!
Damn.